What's going on, everybody? It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, and we will have a much fuller panel soon, but you know what? We have one man who always shows up on time, and that is Mr. Adam by himself.
That's true. I always
How's it
show up
going,
on
Mr.
time.
Adam?
It's going all right. I literally just rushed home from work, which is pretty funny.
Hey,
But you know what? I got here alive, and that's what counts.
Well, Dan is in the comments here because he says he's on the road, but hello, everyone. Go Leafs, go Bills. Will is giving Dan a shout out, and he's not even here yet, but always good to see Will in the comment section. Lane Dashing Dashco is calling out Mr. Moore. Dan, why are you not home this instant? That's a great question, Lane.
Wow.
Dan just drives too slow.
Wow, Dan. Be better. Be on time. Like I was in my house on time, but I was delayed.
So how's it going, Wilder? Always good to see you again in the comment section. So we got quite a bit to talk about tonight. There's been lots of news in the CFL. We got the Toronto Maple Leafs playing tonight, looking to try to string together some wins with some interesting line combinations. Adam, I'd really like to discuss with you.
Oh, yay, fun.
And of course, Thursday night football in the NFL.
Ooh. I don't even know who's playing tonight, which is kind of sad.
You know what? I actually don't know off the top of my head either. It is the Falcons versus the Bucks. I'm going to call the Bucks really need to get back on a roll. So I think the Falcons are done at 4-9, but
I feel like the Bucks should win that game. I think
they should, but I mean they've lost some games recently that I thought they should have won.
Well, that's a good point.
Anything can happen when Timothy goes to school.
That's a good point. And when you have the Bake Show, when you have Mr. Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I love Baker Mayfield. He's a dog. Actually, we got an interesting week at NFL this week coming up. Like, you have the Bengals and Ravens, a must-win for, I'd say, both of those teams.
Ooh.
Bills and Patriots as well. That's a huge one, especially if the Bills want to try to get back in the conference race.
Well, I don't think they need to. They're still in the playoffs, at least. I don't think they necessarily need to, but I feel like winning the division would be big for them, especially with the way the Patriots have been playing this season. I think it'd be a little bit harder to win with the way the Patriots have been playing, but I guess you got to beat them at some point.
But do you know what we need to do? And yeah, you know what? I forget about football sometimes this time of year too, because I'm more of a CFL guy than an NFL guy. But you know what we need to introduce? A man that got here before Mr. Moore for your money, and the show is in his house. Mr. Lane Dashing Dashco.
Oh, what's up?
How's it going, Lane?
Not much. Just got back from the water down.
Oh,
the water down's always a fun time. There's Santa Claus parade coming up, I think.
I'm at him by myself with still no picture yet. I have still yet to figure out my picture situation here.
What about them Chargers? Hey, Adam's a Chargers fan as well.
I'm a lapsed Chargers fan at the moment. I've been following them. I haven't watched enough.
Chargers play the Chiefs this week. Chargers are 9-4. Chiefs are 6-7. So I guess all the Gen Zs are happy about them Chiefs.
The Chargers could be better, though, to be fair. Like, I feel like we've lost a lot of games that we should have won. And it's been a little bit of a weird after a good start, but it's been just kind of weird since. I don't know how to describe it.
Speaking of the Chargers, what do we think about former Charger Phillip Rivers playing for the Colts?
I laughed when I saw that.
As my boy would say, "This is our Colts. This is our team. They bleed blue." Please tell me you guys know that song.
Yes.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, if you're on Instagram, there's no way you don't know it.
I am on Instagram too much.
He makes a banger. He's like, "This is our Colts. This is our team."
Oh, I feel like I've definitely heard it then.
You have, then. You have, Adam.
But Jacob, have you sang that song before in front of me?
I usually just think about "Not to Touch My Clogs," which is a song by a band on Company Time. And Rivers. You know what? I don't know. Did you guys see Cam Newton's all pissed off too? Because he says like they should have called him instead.
Because Cam Newton
just needs to just stop talking sometimes.
And, see, I have an opinion that probably I'm going to get made fun of for. So I'm just going to say it. I don't know why you don't call a CFL quarterback at this point. if you're that desperate.
I think we all know
At
why.
least those guys, I know why, because the CFL doesn't get the same respect in the NFL, and people can laugh at me all they want. That's fine. But I look at it, I'd be calling a guy like Bo Levi Mitchell, who's played in the NFL before, and be like, hey, do you want to look? It's better than a guy who hasn't played in 5 years. He retired this year.
Philip Rivers is just so.
Mitchell actually played a snap in the NFL.
I know he at least did in some preseason football, yeah, because he was fighting for the job of Kirk Cousins back in the day.
Big Kirko.
Wow.
Big Kirko.
And yeah, that's very true. It's not like Rivers has all these. If it was Tom Brady, as much as I'd laugh, I'd be like, okay, it's Tom Brady. The guy's the GOAT. I don't even like Tom Brady, but he's the GOAT. You can't deny it. It's like when people would argue with me that Sidney Crosby is not the best player of this era. It's like, look, whether you like Crosby or not, he's the best player of this era, and it's not a conversation. Tom Brady is the best quarterback of his generation, maybe the best of all time.
Philip Rivers is just like, he's 44 too, so I feel like they're just trying to like survive until they can get like Anthony Richardson back or something. Like,
I feel bad for Daniel Jones actually, because I think he's had a nice like comeback here.
Danny Dimes is cooking. He was cooking this year.
Like, I know it's been up and down the last couple weeks with him, but sorry, Lane?
I said he legit could have won MVP of the year.
Yeah, I mean, like,
legitimately,
he would deserve it too. Like,
I mean, you talk about comeback player of the year. It's got to be Danny Dimes.
Comeback.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I feel like you have to give it to him, given like how he played and given the Colts' record with him.
Yeah, like
I feel like you have to. But like, if they miss the playoffs, that's like
we're gonna go to Baker now. I think Baker's gonna be MVP.
Very good chance.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. That or what's his name?
Stafford's given like a pretty good run for it right now.
It won't be because it never goes to running backs, but you could give it to Taylor in Indianapolis.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's been insane this year. You know what? Let's give it to Patty Mahomes.
What about Drake May? Drake May's been cooking with the Patriots.
Drake May.
I don't know about that.
May, baby.
Drake May.
Oh, we got some Leaf talk in the comments here. Hill to be shut out again. Let's hope.
It'd be hard to shut out I know the Sharks are not like the best team.
They're offensive though.
Yeah, I really don't. I think we'll have a hard time celebrating.
Now, my big question is, and mind you, I think depending on Hildeby continues the way he's playing, I think Stolarz might be out of a job by the time he's healthy. Literally. But my bigger question is these lines that we were in practice yesterday. So Nyes, Matthews, Domi, that stayed the same. Cowan, Tavares, Robertson, Joshua, Waugh, Nylander.
I was very interested that Nylander was the one down there.
Yarncroke. I think Adam, you and I were talking about this at work the other day. I would have actually put Matty Nyes down with Joshua and Waugh just because
that's what I said.
That like your checking line, and then do Nylander, Matthews, and Domi, because I get Nylander's on a bit of a slump. I'm not denying that, but I mean, he was also on pace for 128 points. We all knew he wasn't going to do that.
Well, I just brought this up, and Nylander currently, in his last 5 games, has 1 point, and it has been since the Pittsburgh game.
No, he hasn't been good. I'm not denying it. I just don't know if putting him with Joshua and Waugh, I would have actually, if I was going to move around that third line, I may have even would have considered putting Lawton up on that third line.
I say you should have put Nyes down there, but I would have done that just because he's a big body.
Yeah.
And like you move Nylander up to then play with Matthews if you want. Like I know like promoting him is probably not the best thing in the world to do if he's been playing badly. But like again, those two have shown they can play great together. Nyes is another big body down there on that third line, and it keeps that identity going for the third line that's been working so well, which is they've been able to cycle the puck great using their bodies. And they've been playing great. So I don't know why you go away from assists, like the line, how the line's been working. You move away from that without McMahon. Because McMahon will go right back there on Saturday. But
with McMahon getting suspended, you kind of have to. And I will say, I get what Wilder's saying about this second line. This second line, Robertson usually when he gets bumped up, plays well.
Especially with Tavares.
So, and you know what? I've actually liked Cowan this year. Right? So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't love Nylander on the third line. I just don't think he's a third line style of player. Like let's say the third line was Domi and Robertson, and then you put Nylander on it. Yeah, I could see that working. I don't know about Nylander playing with boom bap type players.
I think it would be interesting to see because I feel like Nylander being because
we could be great models on this YouTube channel, by the way.
That'd be funny,
especially Lane.
I think Nylander being like near up top of the blue line and like just chilling up there while like Waugh.
How's it going, Hamilton Sports Central? Good to see you again.
And Dakota Joshua just like cycling the puck could be interesting, but
well, that is true because I mean you have those guys that can go get it, and then you have Nylander that can rip it. So maybe that gets Nylander going.
I don't think it will work though, to be honest with you, because I feel like all three of them, like I feel like all three down there, like it works so well because they're all so big and they're all getting down there and like just trapping the puck down there. And Nylander won't go do that. And I feel like it's gonna lead to the puck getting out of the zone quicker with that with the third line on the ice. And I think it could be interesting, but if it works, it looks good for one game. But again, it's just going to go back to the same line anyways. Like,
well, we think what if, I mean, hypothetically though, what if this lineup does great? Then does Bobby McMahon get back in the lineup on Saturday? Like, I feel
like he's been playing well enough to earn his role.
Well, I get what you guys are saying to a point, but Anthony Stolarz was the starter. If he's healthy tomorrow, would you play him Saturday or would you stick with Hildeby?
No, because he didn't earn it. He hasn't earned it.
McMahon has played well, but if they blow out the Sharks 8-1 or something, I'm not changing the lineup.
So if Willie works down there, then yeah, you should keep it. But if it let's say that line does decently well, but I do feel like the way that third line has played has been so effective that I feel like you should keep it. If he plays bad down there, maybe you take William Nylander completely out. But I don't know if that will even send the message to him because Nylander just plays the way he wants to play. Like this has been the same Nylander for the last like nearly 10 years now, where he's been playing the same style of play. Like he won't work a whole game.
I know, and I was just about to say that. Like, unfortunately, that's just not.
Why do you guys think that Craig Berube hates this guy so much? He's like the one kid he's like that one kid class, no matter what he does. It's like, hey, I got straight A's. You're going to go to.
I don't think he hates Nylander. I just think the way that Nylander is perceived by like NHL fans in general, and like people who don't watch him like all the time, it's so interesting to see given like my perspective or some Leaf fans' perspective, where he's not exactly, I wouldn't say he's lazy, but when he's disinterested, you'll see him float around on the ice and stuff.
For sure, you do.
And he looks, it's not that he doesn't look like, it's not like he doesn't care. It's just that when he is in the defensive zone, it's not what he likes to be doing. He likes to be out there in the offensive zone. He likes to have the puck on his stick. So in the defense, like you kind of take his lapses in the defensive zone because of what he can do
offensively. Yeah.
Offensively. But if he's not producing offensively and he's lapsing defensively, it looks really bad. I think this demotion will, like, I hope Nylander takes this demotion like well, and he goes out there and he proves that he can get back to that style of play, because he's only has 1 point in his last 5 games, and he needs to get going a little bit here. Needs to work his way out of the slump, and if being down there helps him, then good. And if it doesn't, I don't know. But you start to ask the question about what more, like, does he need to come out of the lineup completely?
I wouldn't, but I mean, before we get into the rest of this conversation, we have someone who wants to hear very enthusiastic from us. So are we ready to do this, boys?
Oh, yeah.
No, not really.
Adam's like, no. Well, Lane, you know what, Adam? Adam by himself. That's why you're by yourself. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Jacob. I'll do it. But
okay, so in 3, 2, 1.
Go!
Lane is just bringing the passion. I love it. I'm not really in a passionate mood.
Or as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says, we say all the time, "Let's go Leafs!"
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? When he's like, let's say our own favorite saying that we said ever since we were 3 years old. Let's go Leafs! Woo!
But it's interesting here, but champion. It's interesting take here, and then we'll pop up to another comment too. Nylander rubs everyone the wrong way because he's a handsome young guy that's cocky. Brube is jealous.
That's
Man, you sound like Mr. More for your money, who probably wants like a cardboard cutout of Nylander like over his bed, so he wakes up to tarps off William Nylander.
I could see that.
Dan does that.
And I do agree. Nylander could legitimately be a top 5 player in the NHL.
He definitely could if he cared enough to do that.
The thing is with Nylander, in my opinion, and I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, I don't think he cares about the regular season.
No, he doesn't.
Because he always seems to step it up in playoffs. Like it's like if you watch Nylander in the playoffs, like if he did this all year, he'd be a 130-point guy.
Oh no, yeah. I feel like he's always had like the pace to go and hit 100 points in his career for the last like couple years at least. Like he's had 80 plus points the last 4 years. Mm-hmm. And it's like he definitely has the potential to hit 100 2 years ago when he in 23-24 when he hit 98. But it's like I just don't think, and I think it's the same thing with Matthews, because Matthews has said it before, where he's like, I don't care about I don't care about trophies. I don't know if it was when he won the Hart and the Rocket in the same year or whatever. Like one of the 2 years he won Rocket, he won the Hart Trophy. Whenever he won the Hart, he even said, he was like, I don't care about like the accolades. I want to win. He wants to win the cup. And I think it's the same thing with Nylander, where he just doesn't care about regular season like success or awards. He just wants to win the cup. He wants to win the big one. He doesn't care about anything else but that. And I love it. But like, and I think it works as long as the team is performing around him. And I feel like when it's just not happening, it looks bad. I think he does care. He may not show it all the time, but like he does care. And I just wish he gets out of the slump tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed he does, right? Because, I mean, Nylander has the ability to be the best player on this team. Like, I really feel he has the ability to be better than Austin Matthews. In all honesty, I think he has that skill level. It just depends if he does it every night. My other question, though, is Morgan Rielly missed practice yesterday because he was sick. So let's hope he's okay, because the Leafs still have a lot of injuries, right? Like,
I think I saw that he was supposed to be fine. I'm pretty sure I saw that he should play tonight, hopefully. And if he doesn't, I would assume
you were hearing in the comments that he is playing tonight, so that's good. Well, I doubt he's tired. I'm sure he can just drink a big old cup of coffee.
But Morgan Rielly?
Yeah, Morgan Rielly.
As a state game from Mo, he shows up and he plays amazing. I don't even think Mo's been that bad this year either.
He hasn't. It's funny enough. It's an argument Lane and I have had quite often.
Lane. Every time I came on here and you were like, and there was Leaf talk, you and Dan were like getting me so upset. I just couldn't type quick enough on my phone into the chat. I kept telling Jacob that I'm like, you gotta let me come at Lane and
hold on. In fairness, the one thing I will say about Morgan Rielly, and you cannot defend it, is he a good player? Yeah.
Yes.
But if you really look at it, right? Like if you really look at it, right? The Leafs don't have, in my opinion, a true number one overall, like a number one defenseman. Morgan Rielly is good. He's a good defenseman. On an all-star team, he's probably your second line. On a true Stanley Cup team, he's probably your second line. He should not be a first-line defenseman.
He's not on the first line for the defense.
Yeah, he is.
When Tanev's healthy, it's actually Tanev McCabe that's pairing one this year.
Yeah, but they're the second line. But he's actually, I'm just saying, but he's technically on the roster, the number one defenseman on the right. I'm just saying, I get Morgan Rielly. I get what he does. He's a great, he brings a lot of offense. He's not the best defensively. I've just always felt like Rielly is a guy that has really struggled to really find chemistry with other players. They have gotten up.
That's a whole other conversation.
I feel like you need to bring in, Jacob has always not yelled at me, but talked to me, bring Luke Schenn. But you shouldn't have to bring in someone who's an expert at this to elevate this guy if this guy's the number one. It should be the other way around. You should be a good.
I don't completely agree with you that with words English. I don't completely agree with you on that, Lane. Look when Backstrom was out of the lineup for Washington. Alexander Ovechkin's numbers went down drastically. So does that mean Ovechkin's not a good goal scorer? Mitch Marner, who, whether you're a fan of him or not, you can't argue he's a good player. His season statistically is a lot worse without Austin Matthews. So is Mitch Marner not a good player? Cale Makar got drastically better when they brought in another defenseman to play with him.
I will say that.
I mean, like, yeah, I do agree that good players make other players better, and I agree with that to a point. But Morgan Rielly, he's never had a consistent defensive partner his entire tenure in Toronto.
Yeah,
I think that's what Lane, who has he had for?
He played with Lyubushkin for like 4 seasons.
He played with Lyubushkin for 1 year.
He had consistently Lyubushkin was there, so he was there 1 year, left, came back the next season, like halfway through the season, and didn't even play with Mo because I think Schenn was there.
I think the most consistent defense partner he's had is Roman Polak and Ron Hainsey.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
Muzzin would have stayed healthy. Him and Muzzin would have cooked.
Mind you, but him and Luke Schenn cooked. It's like, nah.
So I will say this. I think Mo, and I think there's a lot about other offensive defensemen, even offensive defensemen. Geez Louise. But like I think they're the biggest issue with players like Morgan Rielly, who are not. I don't think Morgan Rielly's even that bad defensively. I just think he kind of has lapses sometimes, and you need somebody like a Devin Taves who. So Cale Makar is really not that bad defensively anymore, and I think what helped him was that he had Devin Taves there who could handle and cover off the lapses from Cale Makar. And for the last couple of years, Cale Makar has been able to develop it so much better. But I will say, I don't think it ever helped Mo that for his first couple of years, like when he was young, he didn't have that coverage of the guy beside him because Schenn had basically left.
And Ron Hainsey was just okay.
Yeah, we had an old Ron Hainsey, and Polak was old when he came as well. It's kind of just it didn't work.
Mind you,
I don't think it ever helped him to develop his defensive game when he was younger. And because Jake Gardiner was his defense partner, I think, at one point. And Jake Gardiner wasn't the best in the he had lapses as well defensively. If Muzzin stayed around, I agree with whoever said that Muzzin and Rielly would have been a great partnership, and Muzzin could have stayed healthy. I could even argue that at one point Jake Muzzin was our number 1 defenseman when he was here.
But guys, I actually
was our best defender, and I think Chris Tanev, when healthy, he is the best defenseman on Toronto.
And when you're saying Rielly's average, I know you're saying that, but in the comment section, I feel with Morgan Rielly, I would say he's above average. I feel for his salary, because remember, you're comparing him to Cale Makar. Well, you could almost have 2 Morgan Riellys for 1 Cale Makar. Right. And that's what you have to look at it. Now, right now, Rielly's playing with Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who I actually like playing with Morgan Rielly right now. I think this is a bit of an offensive flair defense pairing. And then McCabe and Stetcher's playing really well. Now we have a new guy coming in, Mr. Henry here, who's going to be playing with Simone Benoit.
Sorry, he's young. He's I think he's 24 or something. He was acquired from, funny enough, from San Jose.
Mr. Henry III.
He's all right. He hasn't played. He's only played, I think it was 30. Maybe I'm even way off on how many games he's played in his career. But yeah, I think he's played less than 100 games in his career.
Well, that's more hard to Rielly's best at fishing the puck out of the Leafs net.
I don't think that's really his fault. Well, you can't blame it all on him, at least. But he's had a good practice. He's been on some terrible Leaf teams, some very bad Leaf teams.
The Reeves trade, that's a topic. I don't know if you guys have been seeing in the media about Ryan Reeves at all.
I did. I saw his comments, and I was just kind of I saw one in particular where he's he would have preferred that the communication about what was going on at the deadline was clearer to him, because he felt like it wasn't communicated very well what was going on at least at the trade deadline last year when he was waived. He felt communication.
No offense. So Ryan Reeves in his last year in Toronto, last 2 years,
he's going to score
was bad. No,
he's not going to score tonight.
He's probably going to try to fight someone. And no worry about that, but thank you, Lane, for mentioning that in the comments. And yeah, guys, no worries. Like, obviously with this, just when there's some swearing in the comments, if we put them on the screens, then sometimes YouTube gets all like bent out of shape about it, right? So we want to make sure our shows get seen to as many people, but always remember, once you're at the desk, you become part of the desk family. So that's always great.
Yeah, keep it family friendly like John Cena.
Exactly. Oh, and the Leafs got him in the Reeves trade. Okay, okay. So that's interesting, right?
Jacob, you brought up a comment that said it was the Reeves trade. It said Reeves trade, so I don't think that was clear.
Yeah, so what I was just thinking of like the Ryan Reeves trade in general, which is
it was him. I don't think we got anything else in it.
No, but it's interesting, right? And this is a big game for Toronto because Toronto is currently only 3 points out of a playoff spot, only 4 points behind Boston for getting back into the Atlantic playoffs area. So like this has been interesting here to see, where the Leafs are starting to kind of get going, right? Like you look in their last 10, they're 6-2-2, so they have they have points in 8 of their last 10 games. So like all of a sudden, look, the Leafs are starting to find their way. I mean, Panthers have won 3 straight as well, so the East is really starting to tighten up. And yeah, you know what? That is an interesting point. Is this a must-win game? My mouse just died.
No,
hold on.
It is not a must-win game. I hate saying must-win game in like December because why is it a must-win game? We're playing a team out of division. So Tampa Bay, you could say, was a must-win because A, they're top of our division, and B, they're in a conference. They're in our conference, so they're a direct rival. Of course, we don't like Tampa Bay very much. We don't like the Habs very much. So both of those were must-win games because they're in our division and they're direct competitors for us for the playoffs. I don't consider this a must-win. I would say seeing another great performance like the Tampa Bay game is crucial. Seeing the same type of effort they gave against Tampa is definitely a must-win. Like,
however, I do like
want to win every game, but
I do like the idea though of every game is a must-win when you're not in a playoff spot. Right. Yeah. And I see the point there. And I do feel like, funny enough, the Sharks and the Leafs this year, they're comparable teams, right? The Leafs only have 1 more point than the Sharks. Now the Sharks have done it in more games, but I mean, actually San Jose, don't sleep on these Sharks. Like, I'm going to say that
really good.
Like, I mean, don't sleep on a Shark in general, because like that wouldn't be very safe. But like, look, I actually feel like this is at least a must play well. I don't want to see the Leafs, if you're starting to build a momentum, and you don't want to see, I could see the Leafs coming in a little half asleep and letting the Sharks cook. This Sharks team can score. You got young guys like Celebrini, who look, he might even be on the Olympic team this year.
Oh yeah, no, a good performance would be great to see. I think like it doesn't have to be
San Jose Sharks lines, Jacob, if you can decide.
Yeah, I
don't want to say. I don't want to say must win. I will say another good performance is great to see. Like just continuing to show.
I'm excited to see Askarov
here, and B, you can put up good performances against. I don't know how good the Sharks will be at the end of the year, but the Sharks are a great team right now. Like Macklin Celebrini is top 10 in scoring right now. He has 40 points. Like you're kind of in a position now where you should be getting these wins.
I will say what's exciting if you're a Sharks fan, when you look at this is a young lineup. And it's, Celebrini, I agree, is an absolute stud. And you look at that top line, if you can continue to develop that top line, that whole line is young.
Colin Graf, I've never heard of.
Actually, you know what? Even that second line, like Tyler Toffoli is a guy that is super underrated in my opinion.
I thought Toffoli was top line for them for some reason, but
Adam, you thought wrong. And I agree.
I know, that's what I just said. I'm mistaken.
Absolute stud, Celebrini.
I think William Eklund was on the top line at some point last year as well, which is always fun to look at.
But I mean, like, I actually like what these Sharks are doing.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely they're a fun team. They're a fun young group. Like,
by the way, Colin Graf has 13 points in 30 games this year.
Okay.
So like not a superstar, but I mean, considering
this Graf,
he doesn't need to be with the guys he's playing with. He doesn't need to be.
No, I mean, like, look, he's already got more points than last year in less games. So again, I think the Sharks just got to be happy that they're trending in the right way.
Yeah. Smith and Celebrini, that is going to be one fun duo to watch play for the next like decade plus. Whatever, how long
they show us that you all love each other like a family. The way, yeah, you know what? I actually agree with this comment here. I would like to see the Leafs bond more as a group. I don't think this Leaf team has bonded. It was interesting. I don't know if you guys remember when Luke Schenn, and I talk about Luke Schenn a lot, but when Luke Schenn first got traded to the Leafs again, he was the one that made them all start going out for dinner together. The team used to not even go out for dinners after the game or on road trips or anything. Like, this Leaf team needs to, I think they got to try to build more of a family. Maybe they need Vin Diesel and Corona beer. I don't know. But they need something. Actually, Yarncroke's another interesting situation. Looks like he's leaving the NHL after this year.
Well, apparently, but his agent came out today and said that that they weren't looking at going to Sweden now. I don't know what's going on there. So I don't know if this is just doing damage control.
I don't know.
But elite prospects. And they're pretty good. Like, they're pretty consistent with their.
They are. So that was, and actually, you know what? That would be kind of cool if like hockey teams started doing like a goal celebration jacket or something. The way they do in like football, they have like everyone has some kind of thing when they get like a big interception, or baseball, you get the home run, you get the jacket. Hockey needs to stop trying to be so corporate. I
like what the Sharks have when they win. When they after they win games, I remember when they did it like the first time they brought out like the shark necklace or whatever it was. I don't remember what it is exactly, but like Celebrini comes tarps off with the necklace thing, and is like, it took forever to get there because Revo had ordered it before the season started,
right?
I guess, and it was like something that Reeves wanted to do, and it's like, and that's pretty cool. Like, I like it. It's a unique like look to how they want to be doing interviews, and like the Leafs have the belt, but I don't know. I think they could have been doing something differently, but I don't think there's much you can do.
I don't know. I think you could do a little more though. Like, and I do agree here in the comments. I also miss Luke Schenn so much. Luke Schenn is a tank. I still say if the Leafs should try to trade to get him back, even though we don't need more defensemen. I just want Luke Schenn back. But Shark Tank. Hey, you know what? The Shark Tank, fun fact, was the name of the college pub when I went to Loyalist. Was called the Shark Tank.
Why was it called the Shark Tank?
You know what, Adam? That's a great question.
How do you not know, Jacob? If you're going to bring this stuff up, you got to know the facts. You got to know
because
why
the school's mascot was a shark, which makes no sense. I don't know, dude. It was in Belleville. Things don't make sense in Belleville.
Jacob, you got to make it make sense for me. I would ask questions.
I'm the pilot of my own life.
Well, you brought it up, so you must have known I was going to ask these questions. I'm a very curious person.
I know nothing.
Okay, Jacob.
I'm just quickly making my Tim Hortons picks here. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't know if you guys do the Tim's earlier. I know. I was busy earlier.
So disappointing.
So the way these Tim's picks work, this is actually kind of fun for anyone who wants Tim Hortons points. You pick who's going to score out of like a bunch of different groups, and if you get them right, you get like points towards like free coffee and stuff. So How many do you need?
How many do you need to get coffee though?
Like 300 points. And like if you get one player right, you get 50. And if you get 7 days in a row right, you get free coffee for a week.
Oh wow.
So I just picked Matthews, Tavares, and Velarde. So each group, it's like a different echelon of players.
Velarde's an interesting pick.
I like Gabe. I like Velarde, actually. There's a lot of games on tonight, actually. Holy cow.
I know. It's weird the scheduling that they're doing this year. It's really frustrating me.
Actually, speaking of scheduling, the CFL schedule has been a pretty hot topic.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what week it is, but I saw 1 week where it was like 2 games starting exactly at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Which is bizarre because the CFL...
last week. It was so weird.
The CFL usually does it in a way where you can watch every game.
Which makes sense. Like, it's great marketing. It's great marketing, to be fair.
Well, it's how they get their TV ratings so good.
Yeah. Like good marketing like that where you can have everybody can watch every single game. It's great. It's smart. I don't know why you would put
definitely
games,
a lot
like,
of games
late in the season on at the same time, especially with the World Cup happening.
But yeah,
now the World Cup throws so many things off. Where the Argos aren't even getting a home game till week 10. Like, guys,
about that.
But to be fair, you're never gonna pull more fans than the World Cup. I think.
Oh no, but so like that's kind of my thing. Like, do I like it? Honestly, no. Do I understand it?
Why do you want to go to a home game at that point? Season's half over.
Well, I'm still gonna want to go. I'm still renewing my season tickets. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, I might get a flex pack. I might get a flex pack of some Ticats games this year, just so I get a taste of football.
Free. The home games in Hamilton, you at least get to go for that for free.
I think so.
Because come on, you should at least get that for free.
Yeah, it's unfortunately
not asking a lot, Lane.
But I mean,
I'm asking a lot. If I'm not an Argos fan. I don't want to get arrested. I really don't. But if I was an Argos fan, which I'm not, because I don't want the cops to come to my door and arrest me.
Wow, Lane, you're really just pushing that you're not an Argos fan, and it's making me think you're a closeted Argos fan, man.
No, I don't want to get arrested. I don't want.
Lane, and I would suggest you stop pushing that you're not an Argos fan. I'm gonna start posting all online that Lane Dash and Dashko is an Argos fan. I'm gonna start spreading the news.
No, but I would be upset though, because it feels like you want to enjoy your team. Like, look at last year, if you wait till week 10, anything can happen. But what if your team's like 2-8? Now you're like, well, great. We can go to the home games, but our season's over. Like, who cares now?
Now, mind you, as crazy as it sounds, it wouldn't be 2-8 because I think the Argos have 2 byes by then. Even if they've only won 2 games, their season wouldn't be done.
Lane, you're wrong.
You gotta say though, right?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but it's one of those things. I got a side of Adam on this one because the World Cup will bring in so much money. It is what it is. Do I like it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. But let's
also have it. The BC's, are they in the same boat? I'm assuming.
Well, Vancouver?
Well, BC, the World Cup isn't there as long, and then they found a stadium that holds, I think, 14,000 in Kelowna.
Do that.
Yeah, which Toronto, I wish Toronto did look into going to like the York University and things like that, but they needed their stadium most weekends for their games. So it just unfortunately it just didn't. But what's our score predictions for tonight? That's a great question.
Well, Jacob, score prediction would be a score,
That is true. I'm gonna say 5-3 Toronto. I think he'll be after the shutouts. I don't think he's going to go and shut them out again. I'm not saying he's going to play bad, but this San Jose team can score. They also can't defend. So I'm going to say 5-3 Toronto.
I like that. I'd stick with that.
Dan's a bloody copycat.
Wow. Both of them are copycats. I'm going, let's see. I'm going to go 3-2 Leafs.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Dashinator?
I'm with you and Dan. I like this. I like that score.
Jeez, everybody's copying Jacob.
Adam is the only original.
Copycat Central, yeah. I am Adam by myself.
Sharks, and we're gonna be pissed off. There you go.
I'm gonna put in next time I come on the original Adam.
It's gonna be my name. Sharks blowout. There you go.
Wow.
Oh, and just quickly before we head off, just in some other CFO news, because we did promise some CFO in here, but we had a lot of great Leafs talk today, which we always love, and some great NFL talk today. Let us know if you want to talk, if we should be talking more NFL.
I feel like I know what exactly you're going to bring up because I saw it earlier.
Well, there's a lot I got to bring up here. I got to do a bit of a speed run here.
Well, I know what one of them is going to be.
We got another score prediction in the comments. 3-1 Leafs.
Very interesting.
Very copying Adam.
No, well, one off. I said 3-2.
I said 3-2. But
yeah,
some shocking news. Darnell Sankey has been released by the Montreal Alouettes and will not resign. So that's a big surprise.
I didn't see that one.
Ticats fans, I don't know if you're happy. I don't know if you wanted to change in direction, but you're not getting a change in offense. Bo Levi Mitchell was signed a 2-year contract extension.
I saw that. I was so surprised that it was that he re-signed.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, that it was as long as it was.
Well, you know what? Mitchell said he came to Hamilton to show that he can win somewhere besides of Calgary, and he's intending on doing that.
Okay, well, he could go elsewhere than just Hamilton to win outside of Calgary.
Thing is, though, there's not really any team that really needs a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Because Cody Fajardo also re-signed in Edmonton, which means expect Trey Ford to be traded or cut before his bonus is due. So Trey Ford's going somewhere else. Even the GM Ed Harvey said he thinks the best things for Trey Ford is a change of scenery. If that's not saying he's leaving any more than that's saying he's leaving. We also have Travis Ties, who is working out with the Minnesota Vikings. He was on the Montreal Alouettes as one of their 3 running back combinations. Winnipeg Blue Bombers have re-signed Canadian defensive lineman Cam Lawson. So there's another one. Jamarcus Hardrick signed another extension with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The Riders are really trying to load up to do it again.
Makes sense.
Also hearing that Canadian Taylor Elginson is working out with the Chicago Bears. I don't fully get why Chicago's looking for another young stud when you already have Caleb Evans.
Well, Caleb Williams.
I mean, Caleb Williams, not Caleb Evans. Caleb Evans is terrible.
So disappointing, Jacob.
And then Pokey Wilson, Winnipeg's top receiver. He just re-signed in Winnipeg through to 2028, so a 2-year deal, which for you guys who aren't as familiar with the CFL, a 2-year deal is pretty long in Canadian football. A lot of guys like to sign 1-year deals only. So
one and done, baby.
There is. Like, I don't know if you guys follow CFL offseason as much. It is hectic. And then just to kind of close it out here on the CFL news, the CFL was investigating the Argos for quote-unquote tampering with Riders head coach Corey Mace. There's been no evidence to prove it, and the CFL's dropping it. If they tampered, they didn't do a very good job, so they still didn't get them.
Yeah. Like, why would you investigate like a tampering in which they didn't actually even get the guy they were after? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, is that really tampering?
At the end of the day, the Argos asked if they could speak to Corey Mace. Corey Mace said he wasn't interested in the job before the Argos even spoke to him. That was the end of it, more or less. And last but not least, with the Argos picking their new head coach, he has already came out and said that if he's healthy, Chad Kelly is the starter in Toronto.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping they were going to move on from Kelly to clear that salary to fix the rest of the holes in the team, because I think Nick Arbuckle, I know the Argos record was bad. I am not going to, but I didn't feel Nick Arbuckle was the problem.
Nick Arbuckle is going to outplay Mr. Chad Kelly is my prediction for this year.
I don't know if you guys know either. Kelly hasn't been cleared yet still.
Of course he hasn't. Why am I not surprised?
It's an interesting, but Kelly's their guy. You look at all the Argos marketing, Chad Kelly's in all of it. I know it's Tavares Daniels is not in the marketing, but Wynton McManus still is. So I'm expecting a Wynton McManus contract any day now.
I think
or just see a toothpick being posted.
I think it becomes interesting. What do the Argos still choose Chad Kelly if Nick Arbuckle outplays him in training camp?
Unless are they just saying this now to try to not have any drama in the offseason, and then they're like, if Kelly's not healthy, then because I mean it's a tough situation. If both of them are running at 100%, Chad Kelly has more talent than Nick Arbuckle. Nick Arbuckle was less drama and can still run an offense very successfully.
So I think it becomes interesting because I remember them talking about how earlier in the season they said Chad Kelly is getting soon to be back, but they felt like he couldn't protect himself properly. Like he wasn't able to run. Like he wasn't able to move out of the pocket as comfortably as he used to. And I think it's interesting is that if he's not like that by the time training camp hits, like if Nick Arbuckle is playing really well, then I think you have to go with Arbuckle.
Well, that's the thing. What do you do if Kelly's not 100%? Arbuckle comes in and continues to put up 300 yards a game.
Chad Kelly doesn't start.
Then I think you have to stick with I'm more curious to see if they bring in a true short yardage quarterback. But this is a whole other episode doing a free agent. The top 50 free agency list has been out there. We got to break that down and put up our own list. So we'll be doing a lot of CFO content coming up very soon. We got a lot of content coming up over the holidays. Ho! Including some World Junior pregame shows. Mr. Adam has agreed to get up with me ridiculously early.
Well, it's not going to be that crazy because it's in Minnesota. It's here in like this side of the world. So I'm hoping it's not that crazy. That. If it's at 7:00 in the morning, I will think about it. But I do think games will start at 9, which means 8:30. Which means Adam will be mostly alive. Mostly alive, but like pretty pumped for the World Juniors. You know, it's my favorite. I've told Jacob this multiple times. It is truly the most wonderful time of the year. It's not Christmas. It's the World Juniors. It is the most wonderful time of the year, the most cheerful time of the year, and it's my favorite time of the year. There's nothing better.
But I would say now, I think it's time for us to sign off as the Leaf game is they're just about to drop the puck. So Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us at the desk for the pregame show, plus some CFL and NFL content. Maybe we'll even try to come back on tonight. Maybe we don't need sleep.
No,
I only have to be at work ridiculously early, but that's okay.
Well, I have to be at work in the afternoon. But
you do, because Adam and I, fun fact, work at the same company.
It's
and
true.
Lane sometimes works with us at that company. Dan does not work with us because he's not as cool as we are. He just jumps in the chat to copy my predictions.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, though, everyone, for watching The Desk. I'm the self-proclaimed sports analyst, joined by Mr. Lane Dashing Dashko and Adam all by himself. We'll see you guys later. Remember, thanks for joining us at the analyst desk, where every day feels like game day.